Ready to go live. It says we're live. Hello.
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 How is everyone?
I'll have a cracker.
Okay. So, yes. What are we here to talk about today? Sorry, I'm just a little bit discombobulated and Jen's just come off of how many hours of sprinting did you do?
5.
5 hours of reading sprints.
Yes.
So
Right at 5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Nap sounds really good.
Yep.
Oh, so we're here to talk about South of the Wild Bill.
Yay.
Don't physically have a copy. I listen to it on
me either.
Audible.
I read it on my ebook.
So initial ratings. I rated it 3.5. It's not that I didn't like it. I liked it a lot. I just wanted more of it.
So you downrated a novella because it's a novella?
I didn't. It's not a novella, though, is it?
Yes.
Is it classed as a novella?
Yes.
Okay. Might have to just go to my Goodreads and change that then, because I didn't know it was classed as a novella.
Yeah, it's a novella.
Okay. So what did you rate it, Jen?
I gave it 5. I thought it was fantastic. 5. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh yeah. What the hell is going on with Goodreads of late?
Could not tell you.
It's like, I've read it, I've marked it as read. It's not coming up in my list of stuff, though. There it is. Why? Okay. See. Just says Monk and the Robot 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't say anywhere that it's a novella.
Yeah, it's a novella.
Okay. Well, I'll up it to 4.
Yeah, it's a novella, says the sequel.
Okay, right. So,
I mean, it's only, what, like 100 and something pages?
Mm-hmm. I'll change it on Storygraph as well. I did enjoy it. I didn't think it was, Legends and Lattes tier. Well, it was close.
Yeah, it's only 160 pages.
I think I definitely enjoyed Legends and Lattes more.
I too enjoyed Legends and Lattes very much, but in a different way. So I would not have compared the two.
Okay. I don't know if I'm purposely comparing the two, or I read somewhere that someone kind of compared the two, and that's where my brain went. But
whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, Legends and Lattes was more a humor, whereas this was more philosophical in a lot of ways.
I can see that. Yeah.
Legends and Lattes to me was built for the humor, whereas Song for the Wild Bill was not.
I give it a 3.5 on Storygraph, so I'll leave it there. Yeah. Sorry. Again, discombobulated. My glasses are dirty. Wyatt is still awake. I've left my notes upstairs. So I ain't going back through to get my notes on, so I can discuss thoughts and feels. I did pick up on the thought that, I did pick up on that that they, from the very get-go, they purposely put that well, it put that Dex, didn't gender themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was like straight in the writing, because they were always spoken about as a they or a them.
Mm-hmm. And they're sibling Dex rather than brother or sister Dex.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of thought that was nice with the robot also having no gender, just being they.
Yeah. I think the robot was an it, I think. Wasn't it?
No, I think they said that they classed that they had no gender either.
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look in my my checkout has expired. So I can't go back and look. I was very interested in the way that the robots propagate.
Yes.
And how they use parts of other robots to create themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was very interested in that. I thought that was great.
Hi, Kiana. Hello. Somebody's here. Yay.
Yay.
Did you manage to read the book, Kiana, or are you just here for the shits and gigs? Because, we're here for that too. But, yeah, I did feel like that. I think that's like the closest. The robot actually explained it. Moscow, that was it. I was trying to remember. Trying to remember the name. Said that that's the closest way that they can kind of try to buy DNF.
Really?
Why'd you DNF? I mean, I tried. It took me several attempts to get going with the book. So I feel you. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It was a tough read. It was not. It was like you got thrown into the world, and there's not a lot of world building. There's not a lot of that. You're very much expected to just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And not everyone can do that on every book. So yeah, I started a couple of times before I really got into it.
Yeah. So I started it like 2 or 3 times, and then either like the 3rd or the 4th time I was like, no, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to actually sit and do at least half of the book. I'm not going to read little snippets or whatever.
Yeah.
Felt very confused by the reading. So but yeah, it's fair.
That's fair.
If
you're not enjoying it, don't complete it.
Maybe.
If you want to.
If not, that's good too.
Yep.
I mean, it's short, so it wouldn't take you that much time. But if it's making your head hurt, just... Yeah. Because, reading's supposed to be fun.
Exactly. It's a hobby, not homework.
You are going to get spoiled, though, if you stay.
Yeah. If you stick around, we are going to end up spoiling you.
I mean, nothing major happens in the book. It's not a, twisty, turny kind of thing.
Yeah. So, it's very philosophical. Largely philosophical. Lots of poor Dex, the existential angst just drips off of sibling Dex.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, the poor thing. So.
You guys made me feel better. Yay! That's what we're here for. We like making people feel good.
Yep. Yeah, the existential angst that sibling decks just, you know, and I get it. I get it. You get to a point in your life where like what's you've been doing isn't working anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's time for a major change. I get it. You know, but yeah, it's very existential.
I was kind of like, why are you obsessed with crickets? It's like
Yeah.
crickets.
Yeah,
It's
what
like
is the deal with crickets?
just so fucking annoying.
Yeah, what was the deal with the crickets?
It's like I can
But I
understand
mean,
it. It's one of those things where it's like you've not had it, so therefore you want it.
and that may be what it was.
Yeah.
That may very well be what it was. I don't know. I don't know.
I think that's more of the
But I
thing.
think the crickets were more of a symptom, if that makes sense. The crickets were like, it wasn't so much the crickets as it was what the crickets represented.
And what did they represent?
Well, I'm not sure. That's the thing. Because I feel like the problem with decks is that they have arrived at a point in their life where what they've been doing doesn't work anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they need not necessarily exciting, but new and different and meaningful, because what they've been doing isn't meaningful. And I think that the crickets are a symptom of that. The cricket,
But even, sorry to cut you off, but even when they actually become the best tea merchant,
that wasn't what they were after, though.
I understand, but that did bring meaning though. So that was new and it was meaningful.
Yeah, but it's not what they were looking for, if that makes sense. The crickets to me represented a connection to like the natural world,
Mm-hmm.
which they did not have in the city. And becoming the thing about it is becoming the best tea monk in wherever is not the kind of meaning that they were looking for,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. So they weren't trying to be the best at anything. They're just trying to find connection,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. And I think the crickets are a symbol of that connection with the earth,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see
I
it.
don't know if it does or not.
No, I can see it. What was I going to say? Well, it was going to be really deep and meaningful, no matter what it was.
Oh, I believe it.
It was going to be, you were going to be completely
Oh yeah,
astounded.
I'm blown away just by the fact that it existed.
So, because I don't have my notes with me. I did look up book club questions.
Okay.
And there seems to be like a Brooklyn book club kit for whatever.
Right.
So it's only got like 6 questions. So
Well, let's get started.
okay, so warning: discussion questions may include spoilers. I should fucking hope so. Chambers dedicates a Sound for the Wild built for anybody who could use a break, and beginning the first chapter with Dex's feelings of burnout. Brackets, sometimes a person reaches the point in their life where it becomes absolutely essential to get the fuck out of the city, close brackets. How has burnout affected you in recent years, and can you relate to Dex's feelings about the city and their need to get out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. For me, the city was grad school. And I hit a wall. And I was like, no, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I supposed to finish and get my PhD, and I just couldn't do it. So I ended up taking the terminal masters and just being like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Bye, Kiana.
Bye. And I can't help it. It's like reading or hearing the word respectfully without hearing princess anymore. It's like, respectfully. It's like, respectfully and hear me out are forever going to be said in her voice in my brain. That's just how it's going to be.
That and imagine. Imagine.
Love you. Yeah, I think a lot of people can agree with the whole like theory. Well, not theory, but the feeling of burnout. The feeling of just wanting to get out and take a break. I mean, I've personally dealt with that. Well, like, you know, my depression has just been like, you know, so epically like, you know, dark cloud, and I'm just like, can I just hit a button where I can just pause? So yeah, definitely can feel that. And I think that's very like, you know, human emotion to be. I think we've all felt it on some kind of a level. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hello.
Okay. Hi. Bye.
Hi and bye.
Oh, bless. Okay. Question 2. Unless you want to elaborate on that, or you think we've covered it?
No, I think we've covered it.
Good. Okay. During their first experience as a tea monk, sibling Dex realizes quickly that although they look like they know what they're doing, they are lost in how to conduct themselves and help the person who has sought them out. Was there ever a time you had to feign confidence or knowledge to seem like you knew what you were doing? Brackets, fake it till you make it, close brackets.
Till you make it. All the fucking time.
Yes.
All the time. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
And to be fair, I feel like when Sibling Dex does their first like, you know, tea ceremony, and like, you know, the person comes up and it's like, you know, the cat's dead. I felt very much like that feels like a normal, like, you know, first time going into a new job type thing, where it's like you immediately get thrown into the deep end and it's sink or swim.
Yep. And but to a certain extent, I fault Dex themselves because they could have gotten trained and didn't. They just elected to jump in with both feet and screwed it up completely.
But did they do that just because they had decided to at that point that it was like, no, this is what I'm doing, I need to get out now. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. I don't know, but they could have gotten training is what I'm saying. They could have gotten trained and didn't. So, I mean, they would have gotten out either way. I don't know. Like, to a certain extent, I'm just like, yeah, Dex, that was a dumb move. Yeah. But I also kind of respect it in a way where it's just like, no, I'm just going to fucking do it. Yeah. I need out. I'm just going to go. I want to do it. I'm going to get it done. So I kind of respect it. And in a way, I think it, even though, sorry, I've just bust a little elastic. Even though their first, like, you know, giving of the tea and talking to the person, I think even though it wasn't how you would have imagined, like a meeting and like helping someone deal with grief and the relationship issue would be, I still think it actually helped the person, because it kind of took the person out of their thoughts of grief and their relationship.
Yeah.
They kind of, you know, went back to feeling human in the fact of that they were looking after someone else and giving someone else, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like, is this your first time? It's like, yeah, I can
First time for
tell.
me? First time. No, first time.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, I think we've all definitely had the whole fake it till you make it
Oh yeah.
kind of deal. I think that feels like life in general, to be fair. Question 3. Crickets and bears are two predominantly featured animals in a song for the wild bull. Crickets can be known to represent good fortune or luck, while bears can be known to represent strength, family, vitality, courage, and health. Why do you think Chambers selected these two animals in particular? Were there other creatures that stood out to you? No other creatures really stood out to me, because I don't remember them being mentioned in any way.
Well, there were.
Unless Dex was cooking it
I know, right?
or giving it or being given it as a gift, I don't think.
Yeah, that was it. Was pretty much the crickets and the bears.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much the crickets and the bears.
And to be fair, when I read it, I didn't think about the symbolism of it with the crickets or the bears. I didn't think of it. I didn't think it was written symbolically. I mean, looking back at it now, I can see that the crickets were obviously symbolic, but I was just like, dude, why crickets of all the things?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the crickets were meant to be literal, and come to it, I don't think the bears were either. I think that's, Now, did I know that crickets were considered good luck? No, did not know that. Should have known that, but didn't.
See, I did know that, but it didn't hit until I just read that question. So I was like, oh yeah, because the lucky cricket in Mulan.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
There was one other bit that stood out to me was when when Mosscap had the bug kind of like going in and around and like I was like, I was like, no, cringe.
But I mean, Mosscap's a robot.
I understand that, but I'm just like, no, not today. You. Okay, question. What are we on? 4. While discussing whether or not to leave the road to collect water and disturb the ecosystem in the process, sibling Dex argues that everybody thinks that they're the exception to the rule, and that's exactly where the trouble starts. One person can do a lot of damage. What are your thoughts on Dexter's statement in response to Mosscap's states sometimes damage is unavoidable? Do you agree or disagree with Mosscap, and why?
I mean, I definitely get where Dex is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, everybody thinks they're the exception to the rule. Everybody thinks, oh, well, I can do it because, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
My situation is different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm different because I have a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
I
have an exempt card.
Yeah, exactly. I'm exempt. Yeah, I'm Ron Swanson. I have the paper that says I can do what I want. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody does. Everybody thinks their situation is the exception to the rule.
Mm-hmm.
My situation is different because,
Mm-hmm.
or not even because my situation is different, full stop.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's different. I'm put in mind, and this is going way off topic, but I'm put in mind of um I was reading an article about people who get abortions.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that this one doctor was saying was that they have women come in who are crossing the line because they're anti-abortion, but they're getting an abortion um, because they're different. Their situation is different. And in their mind, they're like, oh, well, mine is different because.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's the same kind of excuse.
Mm.
Oh, well, rules for thee and not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, I can definitely see where Dex is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Um
But I also see that, like, it's unavoidable. Damage and
yeah,
stuff is unavoidable at some point.
and that's the problem when you interact with any part of the world, whether it be the natural world or the constructed world,
Mm-hmm.
you affect you know whatever you're interacting with.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Be
you,
it bug, animal, mineral, or
yeah, yeah, you decide to take a walk in your backyard and
Mm-hmm.
you crush a bug just by stepping, on it
Mm-hmm.
because you weren't looking where you were walking or whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, sometimes destruction is unavoidable. Now, does it have to be destruction on the scale of, a nuclear meltdown? No,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah.
Okay, question 5. Muscat brings Dex to the ruins of the metal building, and they discuss the evolutionary remnants each carries from the previous generations. Muscat, a fear of the factories that once excited, that factories that once existed, sorry, and Dex, a fear of algae in the river. Remnants are more powerful things, hard to ignore. Both know they have the sense and the tools to realize that the fears are foolish. Are they yet evolutionary remnants that humans have today? Is there one you've experienced in your life specifically?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Kind of like, how Muscat's got the fear of factories because, he doesn't want to, well, because of his, like, his past
Mm-hmm.
body parts, should I say, were factory workers. Dex had this whole thing of, like, not liking algae because, it made him feel like that made them feel like it was, like, dirty, disgusting water. So even though that they knew it was kind of an irrational ick, they have the power and tools not to go back to the factories, and they can clean the water, but it still gives them the thing. So I've got a fear of heights because, I'm short. My body was built to be close to the ground. That's where I'll stay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think a fear of heights is pretty rational, considering that, if you fall from a height, it's not the fall that kills you. It's the sudden at the end.
It's the splat aspect of it. Yeah.
Stop at the end.
Yeah. But then again, I have irrational fears. But yeah, I still think it's complete. I've got a phobia of clowns. But that seems completely normal to me. That's not an irrational fear. It's like, a clown can hurt you.
Have you ever seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No.
It's a hysterical B movie about aliens that look like clowns.
Okay, I'm still not gonna.
It's hysterically funny. No, no. If you have a phobia of clowns, you would not want to watch it. But it is
No.
hysterically funny.
Yeah, that was a pretty existential question.
Yeah, that was very.
Okay, so the last question. Throughout the last half of the novella, what are the moments of connection and growth did you find most compelling in Dex and Muscat's blooming friendship? Was it a minor moment or a larger one that related to you? I think when Dex actually just went, yeah, I'll let you help.
Yeah, I was thinking of the same thing. When Dex finally understood that it's okay to let Moscap have agency and make their own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Dex is uncomfortable with the idea of using Moscap, but it's not using Moscap if Moscap is offering and wanting to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
I
Yes,
think
that's
that
where it kicked in.
I think the scene where the doing the cooking and he's chopping the onions and he's crying. It's like, why, guys? What is this? And it's like, no, you do it. And then he was like, oh, I've got a job to do. And he was just so happy and
Here,
excited.
Yeah, have a plate.
Even that whole it feels wrong to sit here eating when it's like, I know that you can't eat, and it's just so it's just like, just have this.
Right. You gonna eat that? No? Good.
Sorry, it's warm in here. So that was the last question. There's ingredients for Earl Grey martini in this.
Okay.
Which is the
I'll pass.
From the Bookclub library. I don't like Earl Grey.
I don't like martinis.
I like apple martinis. Will you be reading the sequel?
Yes.
Okay. I'm still on the fence. I think I wanna read something else by Becky Chambers. I just don't know if I want to read the sequel to this yet.
The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet was very good.
Mm-hmm.
The Long Way, it was very good. Found Family. It was what Firefly could have been if Joss Whedon hadn't been in charge of Firefly.
See, I like Firefly.
I hate Joss Whedon and the things that he does. I've written papers for grad school about how terrible of a person Joss Whedon is.
Okay.
Yeah, it did not.
I separate art from artist with that because I love Buffy and I love Firefly.
Oh, I love Buffy, but Joss Whedon was a terrible person, and a lot of that shines through in his work. He has a foot fetish. I'm just throwing that out there. The man's got a foot fetish, and it's gross. And
how's that come across? How's that come across in?
How many times has he lovingly focused on some waifish young girl's bare feet in a shot? Many times.
I'm like, none that I've noticed, but then again, it's like,
man's got a foot fetish. It's gross.
Now, when I ever watch an episode of Buffy or anything now, I'm just going to be like, do I see feet? Okay.
Yeah, there was one episode of Firefly where he focuses on what's her face? Summer Glau's character.
River.
Okay. Yeah, the 2x2 Hands of Blue girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, River. Okay. Yeah, there's one episode where there's a long sequence focusing on her bare feet walking across the grate or whatever. And then in the Buffy episode where is it the one where they all have the dreams where he does it to Sarah Michelle Gellar? Because she's wearing like sandals and she's walking across sand. And I feel like that's the one where they all have the dreams right after they kill Adam.
Mm-hmm. I know which episode you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Man's got a foot fetish.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so.
And he has often talked about Xander as being his personal self-insert. Xander is the epitome of an incel nice guy.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Was it you I was discussing this with, that like in like some of like the Buffy lore ends up like him being in a relationship with Dawn or being married?
Yeah.
Ugh. No. No.
Bad Whedon.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Cringe.
I can't do it.
No. Mm.
Nope.
Hard pass. It's like chocolate and cheese. Nope. Other people might find it acceptable, not me. Mm-mm.
Nope.
So, yeah, I have no more questions.
Yeah, I was looking for some and I'm not finding any.
Oh, Chris texted me saying that he's got Wyatt down to sleep, so yay!
Yay.
But for how long, we shall see.
Right.
So next month, this month technically, we're reading The Lies of La Clamora.
Yes. I've got to find it. I have a physical copy of it somewhere. But
I have a physical copy of it, and I think it's somewhere over there. But I don't know for sure. But I've already read it, so I'm okay.
Oh, fine, be that way.
Okay, fine. I'll go see if I can find it. God, entertain the people that are watching.
Yeah, the lack of audience. Okay, that's all I've got. That's it. That's all I've got.
It's not where I thought it was. No. It's not where I thought it was. So it doesn't matter.
Huh? Keep looking.
Not right now, no.
No, not right now. Just, at some point.
But yeah, I don't know if I'm going to reread the whole thing or just kind of read a recap.
Yeah.
Because I was like really excited when I first read it. when did I first read it? I loved it, and I was so excited for like the rest of the series, and then I found out that like half of them have not even been released yet.
Right.
So yeah, 6 years ago when I first read it.
Yeah. Well, you need to reread it anyway because you won't remember everything about it. So there, because I have spoken.
That was the first time I read it. But yeah. So book 4 is not out yet.
I didn't realize it was a series.
Yeah. So apparently it is, well, just looking here, it's a 7-book series.
Oh, geez.
Only books 1, 2, and 3 have been released. So that's why I read. I've read the first one. I've read the first one a couple of times, and I really wanted to move on to the second one. But I was just like, okay, but I think when I read the first one, the third one, yeah, How long ago? 6 years ago. In 2023, so
2017.
Okay, so the second book was published in 2018. That's not right. That's not the second book. Yes. I'm confused at this because this one says that number 3 was released in 2013. But how can that be if the second book was released in 2018?
Oh. Something's wrong.
Yeah. That's not right. When was the first one initially released? March 2016.
Oh, Lies of Locke Lamora came out in 2006.
Right. Okay.
And then Red Seeds came out in 2007. Republic of Thieves came out in 2013.
Mm-hmm. The fourth, fifth, sixth, and 7 are not out yet.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that they've got a release date. Is Scott Lynch still alive?
Good question.
Wow, he looks 12.
Yeah, I see that.
It says he's 45 years old, but it doesn't look it in those pictures.
No. Yeah, he's just slightly younger than me, but he looks like a child.
Okay, I'm looking here. It looks like there's the date. The date for the fourth one is 2024. Still alive, so yay. But it does seem like it takes him a really long time to write a book.
Yeah.
Which sucks because Like I said, I've read The Lies of Lochinvar and I really enjoyed it. I just didn't want to kind of binge 3 books and then just be left hanging.
Yeah.
Especially with how the content of the book goes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's what we'll be reading this month.
Yep.
You guys picked it. It's your fault.
There you go.
The poll is up for what to choose next month. I'm just looking because I've completely forgotten what the choices were. 7 Faceless Saints, Girls of Little Hope, Spice Road, and Inkblood Sister Scribe.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to show you this. I got my pretty what's that?
Oh, pretty. That's nice.
Nothing special underneath, but the end papers are pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's lovely.
I do think the American version of this is pretty too.
I have the Book of the Month version, so it's just kind of like, eh. Book of the Month versions are usually not very impressive.
Stay. I really need to fix the tower of books.
Yeah, I feel that. I got 2 of them.
Yeah. I've got a tower there. A tower there. A tower there. I just really need to sort out this library so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to do the same thing. I'll get to mine eventually.
It's like whenever I see your in your sprints and I see the I think your yarn wall and your storage.
Oh yeah.
It's like I want it. I want it so bad. I wish I could have a yarn wall, but I've got bookcases instead.
There you go. There you go. That's the way to do it.
But yeah, my yarn's been put somewhere in a safe place. What safe place? It has disappeared. See, Chris put it away.
Great. And he won't tell you where it's at?
No, he just can't remember.
Oh, great. That's useful.
Because, he put it away in a safe space. Like, where is this safe space?
Right.
Because I think there's I've been halfway through this project. I've been doing it for years. I think I've got one whole sleeve done. I'm halfway through another sleeve, and I've only got to finish this sleeve and then do the middle, and then it's done. But can I find it? No.
Be anywhere.
Pretty much. And I'm really getting that's knitting, and I'm getting the urge to sit and crochet and do things, and I'm just like,
where's my yarn?
Where's all my yarn? Dear.
Time to make him find it. You put it away, you go find it.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna clean up this room first, and then I can just be like, well, I know it's not in that room.
Yeah.
So wherever you've put it, find it.
Right.
You've got one less room to destroy while looking. Yes.
Yes.
I think we're done on chat wise.
Yeah.
I think we're just speaking of burnout.
Right. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I was up late last night, and then I was up early this morning. And I'm just really tired. So I'm sorry. I'm not.
It's totally fine. I am also tired. I'm kind of surviving on naps right now because Wyatt is waking up at any time between 2 and 4 a.m.
Oh God.
And so my body's trained me to be awake at those times. And And then, like, the past couple of nights, he's actually slept through. Thank God, touch wood, and all the rest of it. And I'm happy that he slept through, but my body's awake.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm just tired constantly.
Mhm.
And even Chris is just like, I'm so tired. And I'm like, it's because you got sleep last night. Your body doesn't know what to do with it.
Yep.
It's just like, so I need more sleep. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, exactly. Everyone needs more sleep.
But yeah, I feel like I'm just getting like naps here and there. And it's not like I'm getting, and it's like exhaustion naps. It's like I'm going to the point where it's like I'm exhausted and my eyes physically cannot stay open anymore.
Yeah.
And then I'll be down for like an hour or two max, and then I'll be awake again. And it's killing me.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. Well, you should go get some sleep while you can.
Yeah, but I won't be able to. I'm awake now. You, however, should get some sleep because
That is the plan.
you've had a long slog. You basically woke up and started sprinting, and I haven't
did.
stopped since.
And I think I'm going to go take a little bit of a nap.
Good.
I'm going to go take a little bit of a nap. It's still bright outside, as you can see, but it's almost 5, and I'm ready to take a nap. Oh, hello, cat.
Hello, kitty. Hi, Tish. Meow. Bless the kitty.
Sweet kitty. Yeah, she's my sweet girl.
I will say you could, if you could, like, message me some recs, because I've still got a couple of prompts for the Aurelian Readathon.
What are your prompts?
They're open ended, like, start a book at night.
Oh, well, shit, could be anything.
Exactly.
Okay, put on your list. Long Way to a Small Angry Planet.
Okay, that's the Becky Chambers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I think you'll like it. It's novel length.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I said, it's found family. It's very much like Firefly, only better. So I think you'll enjoy it.
See, I really like Firefly, so.
Like I said, it's better.
But then again, I love Nathan Fillion. He makes me chuckle. Don't say anything bad about Nathan Fillion, please.
Okay, I won't.
Jen comes out with, like, a massive, like, receipts book. Like, no, don't destroy Nathan Fillion for me. Okay, I did put it on the list. Let me just see what prompts I've still got left. My book's still upstairs, so I'm gonna have to. Okay, so I had, like, pet picks. Bowser helped pick, and I ended up reading Pandora's Box or Pandora's Jar.
Okay.
By Natalie Haynes.
Oh, okay.
The person that did Stoneblind. It's not a book. It's not a novel as such. It's more like a history. She's just like going through, like, the stories of the females in the Greek myths and stuff. It's good. A debut, I read Air Awakens. And then read a book in 2 days. I read Amari and the Great Game.
Oh, okay.
Read a book without touching the ground. I read A Sound for the Wild Built.
Right.
Audiobook, I've got that down as The Murder of Mr. Wickham by Claudia Gray. Then a word in the title of the last song you listened to. I reading. I will be reading Psalm of Storm and Silence.
Okay.
Because when I did the TBR, the last song I listened to was Sound of Silence
There you go.
by Disturbed, so that worked
Mhm.
out well.
Excellent. What's that one I read today? Threads That Bind.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
It's on my TBR. I want to read it.
We'll pick it
So
up.
start a book before bed. Read a book in a different spot each time you pick it up. I think they're the last two I have that I need things for. Because the chair on the cover, I'm currently reading the Final Girl Support Group.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was so confused and annoyed at Scribd, just like the audio.
Yeah.
It's like the audio skips at the point where, where she's finally going back and telling her story.
Mm-hmm.
So it starts and her boyfriend comes over,
Mm-hmm.
and then it cuts to the end of that night.
Oh,
So
that's
you
not great.
Yeah, so you miss
You
that
missed yeah,
whole thing.
all the action.
Obviously, now I've listened to it, so I'm
Right.
like, oh, if I'd have been hella mad if I missed out on that, because Jesus,
Yeah.
that's intense. Random color generator, it picked orange, so I'm doing the fourth Akatar book. Read a book with vampires. And a book beginning with S. No, I still think I need a book beginning with S.
A book beginning with S.
So before bed, a different place, you read it, and then it's just a book beginning with S. So two that can be completely random, and then
Well, I gave you two.
begins with S. Yeah.
A book beginning with S.
If you think of any, message me.
I have a book called Spellbound on my pile here.
Who's it by?
I don't know. Let me see. Hang on a minute. F.T. Lukens. Lukens. Two rival apprentice sorcerers must team up to save their teachers and protect their own magic in this lively young adult romantic adventure.
F.T. Lukens.
Lukens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that. I have a couple, but I've got So This Is Ever After. I don't think I've got Spellbound. Some want to read list. Okay. Cool. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
I will try and find those.
You have now got 3 recommendations. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so with
I
that,
might go take a nap.
yes. Yeah, have you been fed? Have you been watered?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Whew. I'm so
Yep.
thirsty today.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, I will talk to you later. It's been fun.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.